Good morning, Adventure Nation. We are in the Koreshan State Park just outside of Fort Myers, Florida. Today we're going to adventure into Fort Myers a little bit. I don't know if we're going to hit the beach or not.
I don't know.
Don't know. But this is the Motorhome experiment.
I don't think we're going to hit the beach.
Probably
we're
not.
Never dressed.
Well, yeah, we're really not beach appropriate. But I really don't know where we're going today. You said something about the Ford house.
The Ford and Edison Winter Homes here in Fort Myers, Florida.
So we found out yesterday when we were touring the Koreshan State Park that Henry Ford and Thomas Edison were big players down here in the Fort Myers area in the winter, and they have winter homes here. So that's what we're gonna go check out today. So let's do this.
Go.
We're just waiting for the car to cool down because it's freaking hot in there.
It's hot and humid. And yeah, welcome to Florida.
Hey everybody, pardon me for the interruption, but as I was editing this video and got done all the pretty music as we wandered through the Ford Edison Winter Homes, I realized that it was boring. So we had shot some stuff the previous day from Koreshan State Park on the Koreshans and their village. So I'm going to show you guys some of that, and then we'll get back to the Ford Edison homes. This nature trail outside of Koreshan is very cool. It's along this little river, and you can see the mangroves and stuff. Nice little biking trail. Like I said, no, it's not really a biking trail, it's a hiking trail. The biking has been challenging to say the least because of the sand. Yes. But not bad. We might have to rent kayaks because this is kind of neat. Look at that, people over there. You can see where they got their chairs set up right there so they can play banjos at night, scare the tourists.
Oh, there's somebody coming in a kayak.
How's the kayaking, ladies?
Pretty good.
Awesome. All the guys just went, I'm going kayaking.
Seriously, guys are so easy.
Oh, we are.
So
We're
easy.
really easy. Just right now, if they paddled by when you were renting a kayak, there'd be like 14 guys all wanting to rent the same kayak just to get out here in the river. We don't know anything about the Koreshan State Historic Site, but we'll try to find out some information and get that to you. Guess we're allowed to go in here, huh? Yep. Holy smokes, this place is pretty amazing. Okay, so we just watched a little movie in the main hall there. This used to be the dining hall, this was the main building. And Koreshans were, for the lack of a better word, really, a cult back in the early 1900s. It was started by a guy named Cyrus Teed. Yeah, they called it a unity. It's called a spade. It was a cult. Koresh was a name that Cyrus Teed took on because it was a Hebrew word meaning Cyrus. And so at first he called his religion Koreshanity. And then people that followed that were called Koreshans. They migrated here to the southwest Florida area, and this is where they started their compound for what they considered a utopian society. Really interesting stuff. So we're gonna check out a little bit more of it here. This building here was called the Planetary Court, and I believe this is where your president of the community lived.
And you can always check the facilities from the inside. Just go inside or the outside. You don't even have to go in at all.
Oh yeah, oh, I never saw this. So yeah, you can see these rooms from the outdoors as well.
It's just easier from the inside, I guess.
Yeah. Cool. Time to go check out the manly stuff. They have a machine shop and a generator room.
For me, it's the boring stuff. Let's go and check out the boring stuff.
Couple of days a month they actually have the Cast Iron Cafe is open for business. I think the second and fourth Thursdays, and they do some cooking classes and things as well, so pretty neat stuff. You can learn how the Koreshans did it. There we go. Now we're getting into the manly stuff. That's what I'm talking about. Machine shop stuff, manly man stuff, sharp stuff to cut off your fingers. That's what I'm talking about. So you have the machine here, the engine here, that turns this belt, which turns this belt, which turns everything along the ceiling. And then there's individual belts coming down to various machines. That is really cool. All right, the Koreshans. It's a manly men. The ladder looks like they bought that at Home Depot, but I'm sure everything else here is kind of more along the lines of original. Very cool. Gate. Well, it's not locked. Oh, how cool is this thing here? Okay, I won't do that. Old Gene there in the generator building was a wealth of knowledge. Henry Ford and Thomas Edison, they were staples out here. They were guys that came out here every winter. This is where their winter home was in Fort Myers. And they used to come down to this Koreshan compound all the time because this is where a lot of the stuff was happening. They used to do plays and art and all that kind of stuff. So they have heavy influence here in some of the equipment and machinery that the Koreshans used. Really, really cool place. Now, I thought that stuff was pretty cool. I really did. I didn't know anything about the Koreshans, but after a wander through the state park there, pretty cool stuff. I'll let you get back to the Ford Edison Winter Home stuff now. All right, so Lori and I made it here to the Edison Ford mansions, and they have a museum. It's actually, yeah, they're winter homes. So they've got a little museum here. We're gonna check that out, and then we'll head over to the homes. This vehicle here behind me is called the Model T Roadster Chuck Wagon, kind of like the original RV. You were able to put all your supplies and things in these back drawers. You could drive it out into the wilderness, and then they would set up tents around a camp area and use this as their supply vehicle. Really cool stuff. It's based on the Model T. Lorraine and I like to do these audio tours, so we're waiting here for a few minutes. We're gonna get some kind of orientation. I guess they're gonna tell us how this stuff works.
That's a first though.
Yeah.
To wait for orientation for an audio tour.
Yeah, it's like, here's your stuff, push a button when you get to the sign. Should be all. We like doing the self-guided audio tours better because we can do our own pace, and if we want to look at stuff we can, if we don't, we can just skip it. And the lady's helping other people, so she said for us just to go cross the street, and the gate that she told us to go through is locked. So now we're just gonna go wander. So one of the things we just found out about the Ford Edison Winter Homes here in Fort Myers is that Edison spent 2 to 3 months here every year, somewhere around January or February, starting in January or February. But Ford literally only spent about 2 weeks a year here. He'd come down for Edison's birthday, and that's it. Pretty nice pad for only a couple of weeks a year. I had to come check these out again. Spectacular. You did good, Henry. You did good. Okay, so this tree here is a fig tree, and every now and then one of them just comes thundering to the ground. You can actually buy t-shirts in the gift shop that says I've been figged at the Ford Edison Homes.
We almost did.
We almost just did. It's pretty cool.
Well, right now we're in the safe spot.
We're in the safe zone. There's not another. Oh, here comes one. Okay, let me see if I can video Lorena. Okay, just go walk underneath there, Lori. Walk underneath there, and then I'll see if I can see if I can video you while you get hit on the head with a fig. Oh, there. See, you just about got whacked on the head with a fig.
Too far.
Okay, just keep going under there until you get hit.
I'm just gonna do like a little bit. Just tiny little.
Oh! You almost got tagged.
Wow, that was like timed perfectly.
Oh, that's awesome.
You almost did.
That banyan tree is supposed to be one of the largest in the continental US, and they said that the canopy covers almost 1 acre of land.
Look at
That's
it.
pretty big. This building here was their bio lab, and this is where their quest for the rubber happened, to try and find a better source of rubber, a faster growing plant, a better chemical process for rubber. Amazing. Lorena and I are big fans of any entrepreneurs, especially ones as big as Edison and Ford. So seeing everything that they've got here was pretty cool. And by coming here, you discover that they not only were just car guys and electricity guys, they were just, well, especially Edison, just inventors on a whole different level. I think Ford held a little over 60 patents. I can't remember where I saw it in there exactly, like 60 or 65 patents. Edison actually held over 1,000 patents. They said that he submitted a patent or got a new patent every year for 65 years straight. So they were
That
more.
would be 65 patents.
No, that's just saying they got at least one every year for 65 years, but he holds over 1,000. So just amazing. And Edison was hard after a new way of doing rubber, and I think it was because of his association with Firestone and the rubber company. But absolutely incredible seeing all the stuff that these guys have done in their lifetime and the impression that they've left on the world. Absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, it's funny because when it comes to artists and musicians and all that, Paul and I were not really groupies of anybody, but when it comes to entrepreneurs, we're such groupies. I mean, we love to go and see their stories and hear what they did, what they think, and all that stuff. So we love all this stuff. Yeah,
we're entrepreneur junkies.
Yeah, and it's not only what they did, it's also how they live. And that was kind of part of why we wanted to come here, just to check out, you know what, where they live, what they used to do for leisure, all the kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool. You get to see the houses and the gardens and the projects they have.
Their workshops.
Yeah, it has a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Fascinating stuff. If you get to Fort Myers, you should come down and check out the Edison and Ford stuff. Really cool. Okay, so our final thoughts on the Ford and Edison Winter Home and Museums here in Fort Myers. The cost was how much per person, Lori? And this included the audio tour.
It was $25 a person. That's the audio tour. It's the main tour that you do. If you do the guided tour, it's more expensive.
Right, the audio tour, we like those because you can just grab the thing, walk up to a numbered gate, push a button, and it gives you all the information you need to know, and you don't have to have the guide there and go at your own pace rather than at their pace. So that's pretty cool. Now, as far as our rating on this, in our 1 to 4 rating system,
number 2.
If you're in the area, it is fantastic. It is a phenomenal thing. But as far as coming in from Orlando or Miami or somewhere like that for a day trip, I don't think that's necessary. But if you're here, it's a really, really cool thing to see. So especially if you're a Ford or Edison fan at all, if you're a fan of industrialization and of the early 1900s, these two guys were it. So pretty fascinating stuff, and I agree, number 2.
And for sure, if you're passing by, you're going from Tampa to Miami, something like that, going towards the Everglades, it's on the way, pretty much.
Yeah, and we just happened to be driving by and saw the sign and said, well, we're in the area. Let's go check it out. So pretty cool stuff. And now I think we're going to wander over into either downtown Fort Myers, or maybe we're going to head out to Fort Myers Beach.
No.
I don't know. All right, well, let's jump in the car and see what happens. There is a banyan tree that we've seen over in Lahaina in Maui, Hawaii, that is pretty impressive, but
this one is
pretty nice, isn't it?
Nice, yeah.
So banyan tree, basically, as the branches grow out, it'll drop a vine, and wherever that vine hits the ground, it'll start growing a new piece. So very cool stuff. And all of that was part of Edison's research and botanical research of trying to find rubber. So just absolutely incredible. The grounds here are spectacular, and even as you're driving out on both sides of the road here, check this out. It's all part of the botanical research that he was doing. So,
and they love their fruit trees too.
Yeah, a lot of fruit.
There's a bunch of fruit trees. I think that's my dream. Have a property with a bunch of fruit trees and just eat from my garden. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. And this is where we're going to call this one. We hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with us today. We never did make the beach, but we had a great day at the Edison and Ford mansions, or winter homes, whatever you want to call them. We hope that you'll subscribe to the channel, stay up to date on everything we're doing, and it would be awesome if you like the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye now.